Welcome back. Sometime during the summer, my 11-year-old son challenged me to play the adjustable rating Komodo bot on chess.com and start with the lowest level and work my way up. And I was doing that, and I made it through level 10, which is rated 1400. And then I got distracted with doing other things and remembered today that I had never finished that. So today I'm going to play level 11. Now, very recently, chess.com has changed the interface here on the bot page. Now, I don't actually like a bunch of the interface changes that they've made in the past few weeks, but this one I do like it. It looks a lot neater than it used to. Instead of the bots just being cluttered all over this column here, they've grouped the bots into these little folders, I guess. And down at the bottom is the engine bot that you can just run the slider right here. Now, I have now selected level 11, which is rated 1500. I normally don't beat bots in this range, but I'm going to do my best. I have beaten a bot rated that high, I think, a few times. I'm going to let the computer choose the colors and just click play and see what we get. And hopefully we'll learn something, from the analysis afterward. Okay, D4. Well, I have struggled, as many of you know, against D4 openings. I've tried, not very hard, but I've tried the Dutch. I've tried the, I don't know if I've ever actually tried the England Gambit, but I'm just going to play D5 and see what the bot plays here. Okay, well, looks like we're going to get the Queen's Gambit, and I think I've just been playing C6 here, which is the Slav defense. Okay, that seems normal, and I think I just get this knight out. That seems best, right? It adds a defender to that pawn. Not that that pawn needs extra defense right now, but it gets a piece out as well, and then I'm not sure what to do after that, but that seems like a solid move that they can't immediately punish. Okay, they have blocked in their own dark squared bishop. I don't know if that's good or not. It says this is the quiet variation, so I'm not sure if I should also, move my e-pawn one square, or if I should first get this light squared bishop out to pin that knight. Or if I should leave this bishop over here just in case. I really don't know, but I do know that Stockfish very often recommends pinning the knight over there, so I'm just going to try that. And also that way I can move the e-pawn without worrying about that light squared bishop being stuck. And I think, just like in the Caro-Kann defense, I think if they push, I'll just take. So I'm going to play my e-pawn here and prepare to get this dark squared bishop out. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and take that. And then put my dark squared bishop on d6 when they take back. They took back with the g-pawn, which looks like it aims to put the rook right here. So if I get this dark squared bishop out and they move the rook over and I castle, I'm going to be right in the way of that rook. That seems bad, but I don't know what to do about it. Also, it doesn't look like the bot's going to castle kingside, and they have this mass of pawns that looks like they can start coming down through here. So yeah, I don't know if I want to castle over there or not. Or fianchetto. I'm just not sure. I am going to get this bishop out, though. You know what, though? If I put it there, they can just push this pawn. So what if I played b6 first? Let's try that. That way, if they push the pawn, I won't have to worry about that. Oh, they just took. Well, let's take. They're going to check me now? Oh, I thought they were going to check me with the light squared bishop. No, they're just going to advance pawns. Oh, and if they check me with the light squared bishop, I just have to move my king because I don't have a light squared bishop anymore. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay, well, let's get this out anyway. Okay, they did check me, and now I do have to move this because blocking with my knight would be foolhardy. Okay, I'm just going to have to put my king up, I guess. There's nothing to be done about that. Oh, the bot has copied me. Well, I can't castle, but we can push that bishop maybe and see if it'll, run away. It ran that way. Should I keep pushing? I don't know. I don't know why not. Let's keep pushing. It has to go back there. Oh, it went, okay, a little further. Now it's aimed over here, but I'm not castling that direction anymore. Since we can't castle, we can get a knight out, but then where's it going to go? Over here? Well, we do need to get it out in order to move the rook. So let's get it out, and then we can put the rook on the open file. Well, they're coming for the pawns. Let's see, where can that knight go? I guess it can just go back, but then, let's see, if I push my b pawn to b4, the knight could go to its home square, or it could go back here. Those are the only two safe squares, and then I can play a5, which will protect my b pawn. I think that's good. It did go back to its home square, and I'm going to push the b pawn so that they can't push their a pawn, and they don't have a c pawn anymore, so I don't have to worry about this. Okay, the queen has jumped up here. Is it aiming for that? I hope so. I don't know what, it's probably aiming to start pushing some of these pawns. That's my guess. Surely not aiming to come in here. I would be surprised if that was its goal at this point, but let's put the rook on the open file. Oh, I was right about the pawns. Okay. Well, they're definitely going to get something out of this. Well, if I don't take, they can push it, and then I have, two pieces in trouble here. If I do take, they can take back, and then I'm basically in the same boat, and I've helped undouble their pawns, so, that's exciting. And I'll have to move one of these pieces. After I take and take back, I will have to move either the knight or the bishop in order to avoid the fork, and then move the other one when they shove that pawn forward. I think that's all we can do at this point. So let's do it. They're going to take back with the pawn, and then which of these pieces should I move first? The bishop cannot safely move forward because all those squares are covered, as is that one. So the bishop would have to come back one, which I guess is good. It helps defend that pawn, helps defend the queen. Or it could go back 2. Bishop could go back 2, and then I don't know which pawn they would push forward. But I'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's put the bishop back here. I assume they're going to push the e-pawn. They did not. They want to push this because my queen's in front of that. Maybe I should go ahead and put this rook over here and try to hide my king. I don't know, though. They still have a lot of pieces pointed over here, and they're about to make this knight move when they push one of these pawns, but I don't know which one they're going to push. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been in trouble ever since I gave away the light squared bishop. That's my synopsis so far, but again, I don't know, and I really don't know what to do here. Let's see. This knight already has a place to go. I would like to give this knight a place to go, so I'm going to push my h-pawn. If they push their e-pawn, I can get the knight back that way, like so. And I don't know if that was the best place for it or not. Okay, they've gotten their queen out of the way of this, which is probably excellent for them. But I can take this pawn right now, which discovers an attack on their queen. So they wouldn't take back, they would move their queen. So then I would pick up a free pawn, correct? Well, let's see. If I take and they take their queen, they take my queen, then I'll also get their rook. So I think that's a good move. I think this was a mistake on the bot's part. This is a double attack on the queen. And then I would have safe places to move the knight after that. So I think I can take this pawn. Okay, their queen did go back, as I suspected. And it went back to protect the bishop, so I can't just pick that off with check. Now I do need to move this knight, but I'm not sure where. If I go here, they can take with the bishop, and I'd have to take back. And then that's not great, but I do need to move it. If I drop back, they can just keep pushing this pawn, because they have stuff lined up here. I could go forward with it, but that's fairly easy to attack, I think. Or I could drop back this way, which aims at the pawn, but no, then they would still push the pawn forward. My goodness. What if I went over this way to g4 and they push the pawn forward? Then I'm not sure what to do. I don't know. Let's go here to g6. If they push the pawn, I can go back. They pushed their pawn, which is kind of what I thought they would do. I guess I have to take it? No, because their queen is there. I think I should wait for it to go one more. Should I push my pawn? Or should I let it take me? Oh my, I don't know. No, because if they take, then my queen's in danger, and I'd have to get it out of danger. I guess I could get the queen out of danger first. Then they're going to take. I'm going to take back. Oh boy. I can check. I can check right now. If they take, I'll take with my bishop, and that just helped them develop a piece that they forgot to move this whole time. I can also take this pawn, and then I assume they're going to take here, or check me. I don't know. If they check me, I get it with the bishop. I assume they're going to take this pawn, opening up the discovery on my queen. Okay, so I need to move the queen, and I think I should move it up one. I think, because that way when they take, I can take. If they take with the queen, then I'll take here. But let's see, if I move it up one, what if they take my knight, and then I take back, and then they take here? Then I take here, and I take with my queen? Oh my. Let's try it. Okay, I'm going to take here and see if they want to trade queens. They did, and I don't want to take with the pawn because I need the pawn to guard the knight. So I'm going to take there, which seems ridiculous to have my king out in the middle like that. Wait, what does that do? I don't know what that does. Are they aiming to put their king behind it? Okay, I still have to know, why haven't they moved any of those 3 pieces yet? This is starting to get to me now. I could just attack the rook right now, or I could check. Should I check and then bring the knight back this way? Or should I try to get my king to safety? You know what? Let's put the rook over here, see if they want to trade. They did not, but I'm going to trade anyway. I don't know. Yep, let's do it. It forced them to finally develop one of their other pieces. I'm going to take this pawn. Oh, I just hung a knight and they didn't take it. Oh, I got so lucky just then. I just hung this knight, the rear knight. They're going after this pawn, but they have a free knight. I need to save the knight, not the pawn, correct? Or should I check first? Let's check first and see where they go. Okay, they're not after that pawn anymore, but they are still after this knight. I need to move it. I'm going to move it here to f6. And they've checked me over there. Okay, I'm going to get out of check, I think. Or should I block? I shouldn't block. I should get out of check. Okay, I'm going to do that. See what they do. I also like to get this knight to safety, but I don't know how to get it back. I guess I can just put it back here. It's not in danger right now. Actually, I was just trying to come up with moves aimlessly. I need to have a purpose. I need to have something that I'm doing here. What am I doing? Am I trying to get my king to safety? I think I should try to get my king to safety before they finally activate that last rook of theirs. Let's do that before we do anything else. Now they're coming for this pawn once again. Well, let's check them again. See where they go. They went back, which was probably best. Well, they couldn't have come this way forward. If they had come forward the other way, I think it would have been okay, but they still have 2 pieces and a pawn that haven't moved, which is just strange. Can I protect that pawn? I can with the bishop. I think that's all right. Let's do that, because I don't want to give them a passed pawn immediately with a rook behind it. Okay, they're going to come in here, I assume, which can't be good, but I can defend that spot with this knight. Then they could move their knight and my knight's hanging and defend that spot with the rook, or I can check them again. Should I check them again? I don't know what good it will do. I'm going to move my knight into e4, aiming for their f pawn. Wait, is that good? Because their f pawn's defended right now, but I assume they want to put this bishop over here. Should I assume that? Maybe I shouldn't assume that. Maybe I should go for their bishop right now. Let's go for their bishop right now and see where it moves. It did not move. All right, well, I want to take it then. Let's take it. That puts a pawn here. Oh, it puts the knight there. Oh, okay. Well, now their knight is pinned, so I can put pressure on the pinned piece. Not there, because their bishop's guarding that square. Can also put pressure on the pinned piece this way. Should I do that? I'm up 2 pawns. I have 2 extra pawns on the king side, and I think it might end up coming down to that if they ever move their rook. Or should I go here and aim for that immediately? Make them move that rook finally. Do you think that would make them move the rook? You know what? Let's try it. Let's see what they do. They did move the rook. Okay. I mean, good for them, I guess. Now I kind of want to put this bishop this way, or should I? No, the knight's not pinned right now. I should move the knight first. I mean, the bishop first to pin the knight. Oh, they came toward it. Well, should I take the knight then? Or should I come back to defend my pawn? No, because then they'll go here. Oh, no. If they go there, I'll get their pawn, I think. Not sure. Let me just come back and see what they do. I think they're going to move. Nope, they didn't move the knight there. I thought they were going to. Okay, they've aimed over here. And now my bishop's not guarding that pawn anymore. Maybe I should have just come back to the e-file so I could continue pointing at that pawn. Okay, well, let's check them again, because checking is fun and it forces the opponent to do something like that. I can now put this knight here and aim for that pawn. I wonder what they'll play if I put my knight on e4, aiming for that pawn. They've moved their bishop into the middle of the board. I think I'm good to take the f pawn. If I take it, I mean, they can threaten my knight, but then I think I can just get away. I think. Let's take it. Okay, they did that. Oh, but now I can take the knight, right? Let's take the knight. Wait, am I ahead? I'm ahead by a little bit. Not sure where that's going. Now I can check them, protected down here. Maybe they put the bishop here to keep me from checking on c8. I'm not sure. But I can check them on d2, but that gives them 1, 2, 3 choices. If they go to the back rank, I could bring the knight, check them, and force them over to b1. If they go forward, what if they go forward? I guess I could just check them again, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. It just encourages them to go forward again. Okay, I think I should move the knight now, because I might want to move the bishop. Or should I move the bishop first and then move the knight? I think it's easy enough to get the knight to safety, so let's do that. They've moved their king. I have to worry about their king coming around here, don't I? Okay, I'm going to bring the bishop back first, and then I can save the knight this way if I need to. They've moved their rook forward suddenly. Well, I would like to get my bishop here, I think. Not there, aiming at their... Oh, they got that pawn. Oh, I didn't even see that coming. Oh my goodness. Okay. I got a little overconfident. I wanted to aim at this B pawn in case they ever moved their king, but now they're going to start wiping out the rest of my pawns. Got to be a little bit more careful, I guess. Guess I can protect that one this way and take their rook. I'm going to do that because I have an extra piece left. And I'm going to come for their bishop and keep coming for it. Like here. Too bad I can't get there, huh? And it is time for me to start pushing pawns. So let's start pushing pawns, and I'm going to bring my king this way. Oh, wow. I forgot that my knight got in the way of that. Oh, my goodness. Okay. I'm going to check them, see which way they go. They went that way. I can check them again, but I was hoping that they would go like there, so I could fork them, but that didn't work out. I guess check them again, because I've got to keep the knight over here close enough to stop those pawns. Dang. Oh, I can't check them there while their bishop is active. Let's check, double check. Double checks are fun. And then attack the bishop. Get here in front of the pawn, which is a check. And then, yes, get in front of this pawn where I can defend it here in a second. No, I cannot. Okay. Wow. Wait. Yes, I can just take that pawn. Okay. I think I need to defend these pawns and keep them on dark squares as long as I can. And I need to get to that other pawn, but if I get out of the way, it's going to move. I'm not sure how this is supposed to work, but I think I'm fairly safe to move my bishop around in a rectangle like this where it will keep defending the knight from whichever direction it's pointed. But I can't just move pawns right now. But you know what? They can't check me if I come forward with my king just a second. Let's do that. Because their king's in the way of the only spot they could have checked me from. Okay, then I'm going to push this pawn and try to keep going. I definitely made some mistakes over there. And so I'm going to have to be careful. Let's get on a dark square. They're coming for the bishop. Oh, I thought they were coming for the bishop. They were not coming for the bishop. Okay, I'm going to push this and then aim to get behind it. Oh, no, they could have just gotten behind it there. But I'm going to get behind it here and then bring the other pawn. Okay, it looks like they're going for my bishop again. But if they get too close, I can run away. They're not getting very close to it for some reason. Well, let's push another pawn and see if they want to sacrifice for it. They did not. Then I'm going to go to a dark square and then a dark square. They're all on dark squares. Come in here this way, maybe? Maybe. Let's try it. I guess they could go there and keep my king from going further. No, they're thinking of coming this way. All right, but I can't promote just yet. Let's see if I can go here and then come through. And I can't come through now, but I can check them now. Oh, and they can just take that. Wow. Okay, I'm definitely making mistakes. Lots and lots of mistakes. All right. Will they take that one? Because they can't take that one safely. Okay. What? Oh my goodness. Oh, my bishop and my pawn were guarding the two sideways squares that their king needed to move. So I got a stalemate here. Well, let's save the game so it doesn't disappear into the ether like some of these games do. And I think I do have one free game review today. I'll just use that because I feel like I got ahead without knowing why, and then the bot just picked apart every little mistake I made after that to stay even with me. Oh, that graph looks horrible. Well, I had 6 mistakes and 7 misses. And this new less than useful graph does not list inaccuracies, but I'm assuming I had a bunch of those as well. This says the bot played like 1,000 and I played like an 1,100. And it says I played the opening with 95% accuracy, but the bot played the opening with 98% accuracy. And we both messed up in the middle game, which is all this ups and downs right here, where the number no longer follows the cursor like it used to. Oh, now it is. As soon as I said that, now it's following it just like it used to. How nice. But it didn't do that over here. Yeah, it quit doing it. It only does it at the beginning. Oh, you have to move the mouse up and down to get the numbers to change here. Well, that's not intuitive at all. Well, that game alone took me half an hour. I don't know if it's worth it going through all of those. I do want to check at the end real quick. That was a miss, but I was still ahead. Even though I did that, I was still ahead. And here I had mate in 6 if I had not done that. I want to be on this. Let's see. Okay, it was mate in 16 according to the analysis board. If I played knight to b3, which is over here, or knight to c4. All right, well, I don't know what either one of those does, but I want to back up because I thought it was a mistake to play g2. Oh, it says g2 was my best move. Really? Oh. Okay, see, that's how little I know about chess, is when I played my best move and they took that pawn, I thought it was a blunder. I thought I just gave away a pawn for nothing. According to Stockfish, that's my best move. And they basically have to take it, and king to g3 was my best move. I mean, I'm protecting both of these pawns, right? And the bot's best move was actually to go back in there, but they ran over here, which was counted as inaccurate even though it's still made in 16. Hold up. Okay, right here, it says if they play bishop to f3, it does say bishop to f3, right? Where I could just take it? No, I couldn't because that would be a stalemate. And I wouldn't have known that. If they had played bishop to f3, I would have taken it and that would have been a stalemate. Because the pawn and my bishop are guarding those two squares and my king would be guarding all these. I wouldn't have known that. I would have messed up. Regardless, it says it's still made in 16, but this is inaccurate, but it's still made in 16. So not that inaccurate. Well, I don't know why knight to b3 or knight to c4 are my best moves. I'm never going to find either one of those in a game. But f3 didn't lose me the game. It just set me back a ways. And they take it, and I can't take back. That's the problem. Just like when they could have moved to f3 earlier, I couldn't have taken, but I probably would have. And again, knight to b3, knight to c4. Okay, well, I would have won if I had found one of those two moves, but I don't know why. Let me know if you understand those. Obviously, I understand why taking the bishop is bad. But why are those my best moves? Like, how bad would it have been to just maybe move the bishop or something? Is that bad? No, that would have been fine too. Okay, maybe move the bishop here so I could move my king and not have to worry about guarding that pawn. And that would have also allowed them to move, and now they need to move the bishop or I'll take it. But they would have gone all the way back here, and now my best moves are bishop to b4, which is where it was, or bishop to c5. But why? I don't know. And it says we're just going to move our kings and bishops around a lot, and I'm ahead. That sounds like a recipe for a draw to me. But back here in the middle game, that is an ugly set of moves right there. Oh my goodness. Well, let's look at them. Okay, well, I made a great move here at this point, and I'm up -4. The bot played its best move, and I had to give away my knight for the pawn, and I'm just way ahead. All right, well, I'm going to practice something that I've been working on in my head, but I haven't successfully deployed this in real life before. What I'm going to try to do is not get frustrated by Stockfish recommending something that I don't immediately see, and I'm going to try to guess why that's good. Okay, now it is a check, so that I understand is forcing, and often that's good. It looks like they would just take my knight with their queen at that point. I am looking at the line. I'm not figuring this out for myself because I'm not that good at chess. Okay, right now the queen is the only thing defending the bishop. So if I take this pawn, it's not just a check, it's also attacking the bishop. So if they just move the king, say out of check, then I get the bishop. They could still take my knight, but that's what they should do in the first place. So the move is saying I should take the pawn with check, and their best move is to take it, which gives me the bishop with check, and they can get out of check or block with the knight, and then I'm going to play queen to c7, which helps defend the rook. That's if they block with the knight. If they get the king over here, then I'm going to play bishop to c5, and they're going to trade queens with me, and I'm way ahead. How would I know I was way ahead? I'm only up one pawn. Now, this is hypothetical. In the actual game, I don't think I was up a pawn. I think we were even, but I'm up a pawn because I just gave my knight for that pawn and then got the bishop out of it. I do understand why I would want to move the bishop because they still have this pawn fork coming. I mean, after they get out of check. Get out of check this way. My best move is bishop to c5, which is protected by the queen, and their best move would be to trade, which I would expect them to do, and I would take back. I would still be ahead if I took back with my king. That's what it says. But I would take back with my rook, and their best move is rook to f1 because I'm pointed 2 pieces at it. Okay, well, why wouldn't they put their bishop up here? That's bad for some reason. Oh, because the bishop's the only thing protecting the b pawn. I think I understand why this is better than what I played, but I don't understand how it puts me up -5. And I do know why I played this because I was worried about the fork, and I'm still way ahead, even though we're even on material. The bot's best move was to develop this bishop or play d5, but instead it brought the rook over. Again, I should have taken this, and again they would have taken, and again I would have taken. Okay, so it's the same miss that I had in a row. The bot again should have played bishop to e3, or this time knight to... What? That's their second best move. They're going to play knight to c3, and I'm going to take it. If they had played knight to c3 in the game, I would have assumed it was a blunder, not their second best move. Oh my. But instead they pushed c, and I thought that was their best move, but that was a blunder. Again, it's because I can take this pawn. That was a miss, and now they're ahead. The bot's ahead, but the bot messed up again, and again I have to take this pawn. I took the wrong pawn. Oh my. I took the wrong pawn. Oh, I thought I was so smart here. Remember when I thought, oh, I can take this and I just get a free pawn. But I should have taken that one. This loses half my advantage. Oh, I gave it away a bunch more, and I just don't have time to go through every move. I think, like I said, I understand it because I missed it, 8 times or something, and I haven't even been through all the mistakes and misses here, but I probably missed it on all those others too. But through this entire section here from move 16 to move 28, so about 12 moves in a row, almost every move I made was wrong, and badly wrong. Not the best move, but one of the worst moves. And most of them were not taking that pawn. I understand why it's good now because I followed it out, but I have low confidence that I'll be able to spot that in a future game. I'm glad I didn't lose to this bot, and maybe I will try it again when the time presents itself. If you made it this far, my goodness, I appreciate you spending your time here. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.